So that is some of the news. We've got some good news, at least on the surface. U-turn, Senate moves to eliminate indefinite detention provision of the NDAA. Also, FAA drone operators have zero privacy obligations. Agency is now going to use drones to grab your wireless communications and your data and mark your homes and track you. Well, of course, it's Skynet. Also, we have headlines like this out of L.A., CBS News. City attorney tells San Bernardino residents to lock their doors, load their guns because of police downsizing. And the city is chastising them, saying, don't say that. All over the country, they're laying off police and then hiring code enforcers. Or making police kind of a metro model where part of the police are code enforcers. So you're dealing with a code enforcer with a badge and a gun. Look out. Because they write those codes, any objectionable material, we $2,000 a day fines. Well, now they're up to $5,000 in some municipalities. And a cop shows up with a gun and you're like, well, it's 2-inch grass. They're like, I find it objectionable. Hey, you can't have this garden. Well, the city says you can have gardens front or backyard. Sorry, you know, if you're in Deerfield, Michigan, sorry, we say it's objectionable. This is the new tyranny, Agenda 21, that Rosa Corey's book, Behind the Green Mask, that we sell at Infowars.com, you know, breaks down. But all of that is coming up today, and I dovetail that with AutoZone employee fired after taking action against fake beard bandit. The fake beard bandit had robbed dozens and dozens, more than 30 businesses on the peninsula. So the guy had a gun out threatening people. The guy went out the back door, got his gun, came in, stopped the guy, and he's in big trouble. In fact, they're talking about criminal charges now because you don't protect yourself. You don't protect yourself. You just go grovel in fear. So the city attorney is in trouble for telling the truth. The police are in trouble all over the country for telling the truth and saying you should arm yourself. The idea that government can and will protect you. Police have no liability to protect you because they can't. They are to respond under state and federal law, depending on which type they are, when a crime is committed, to bring you before a grand jury. And then to bring you, ultimately, if it goes to trial, before a jury, because we the people run things. They are to seek you out. They are not to enforce laws. They are peace officers when they see the peace being broken, when they see bullies doing something, when they see if they see a crime, they're to respond. But their main job is to take you to jail to then have a fair trial, to go to prison or to not go to prison. They are to go out and get you alive, preferably. But if it's violent crimes and you've been known to kill innocent people, then the court says dead or alive. This person has been shown to be violent and killing people, dead or alive. But then you've got to be told by the court, dead or alive. You've got to be given a death warrant, dead or alive. Instead, now they have SWAT teams with a dead or alive precept under false law who say, well, we think drugs might be involved, so we're going to come in and kill anybody that doesn't put their hands up in 1/2 second who may be half asleep. You see, I happen to have studied common law. I happen to have studied not just the Declaration of Independence, Bill of Rights, Constitution, but the Magna Carta. I've read it. You should read it. See, I know the 800-plus years of our law that's based on even more ancient common sense law that's all been worked out down throughout the ages. I want that back. I want my due process back. I want it back right now. All right, continuing here, ladies and gentlemen. I have some news that the magnitude is so great. But plus, it's something that I know. But then when I say it on air, it's so off the chart, I feel like a liar, even though I personally have gone and witnessed it. And I promise you this, my prime directive is to expose euthanasia against people in state custody who can walk. They are now killing people who can walk who are in state custody. They're now killing people who are mentally ill. And it's going on by the Eugenics Bioethics Guild, and it's finally in the news. So at the bottom of the hour, I'm going to do a special report on that. We're going to come back with more news in the next segment. I'll also give you a review from the boil down of World War Z. It ties into the dehumanization program. It's all coming up. Massive broadcast today. Congresswoman Cynthia Mckinney and more. Former Congresswoman. We have witnessed 2 terrible storms in the east, but we are still in the eye of the perfect storm. The most devastating economic conditions since the Great Depression. America's worst drought in agricultural history. And now the economic results of the presidential election. This perfect storm is a huge threat to everyone's food supply. I just doubled down and got even more supplies from eFoods Direct, and I recommend you do the same. It's time to get your own supply from eFoods Direct. I know I won't be standing in a bread line trading my freedom for food. I'm taking control of my future, and you're nuts if you don't do the same. Go to efoodsdirect.com/Alex to find the specials. And you can start with a holiday gift pack that's normally $80, now under $50. Remember, I can warn you, but I can't feed you. Call 800-409-5633 or efoodsdirect.com/Alex. Would you rather prepare 6 months too early or 1 day too late? 409-5633 or efoodsdirect.com/Alex.
This is a high Christmas priority for the survivalist on your gift list.
Ho, ho, ho!
For a very limited time, MyPatriotSupply.com is offering 30% off a special Christmas preparedness package now through December 14th only. Stuff a stocking with a preparedness package that includes a 72-hour 16-serving food kit, an emergency quick stove with 4 fuel discs, plus a 5-pack of replacement fuel discs, 2 Life Straw personal water filters, 1 magnesium fire starter, a 4-pack of waterproof matches, and a $25 gift certificate to MyPatriotSupply.com. Regularly over $140, but now only $99. With free shipping to the lower 48, only from MyPatriotSupply.com and only through December 14th. Hurry to MyPatriotSupply.com or call 866-229-0927. That's 866-229-0927. Before it's time to survive, it's time to prepare. Merry Christmas from MyPatriotSupply.com.
Being an armed citizen means having a gun with you all the time. Carrying a firearm every day requires a holster that is both concealable and comfortable. Whether you choose our Super Tuck Deluxe or Mini Tuck, you'll have the confidence that comes from being discreetly and comfortably armed, prepared to face unforeseen dangers. Crossbreed holsters are handmade in the USA, come with a lifetime warranty, and a 2-week try-it-free guarantee. Order your holster today at crossbreedholsters.com.
Hi, this is Ted Anderson. Have you ever wondered why banks, stockbrokers, investment advisors won't talk about gold IRAs? They've been available since 1986, yet the financial industry won't recognize the value of gold for your retirement. Gold has outperformed paper investments, yet no word about IRAs. If you would like to have gold for your retirement, call 800-686-2237. Don't get left behind by rising inflation and low returns. Call 800-686-2237. Secure your future and call 1-800-686-2237.
We all know that Berkey Water Purification Systems are the most trusted name in water filtration. As an authorized Berkey dealer for over 6 years and serving thousands of satisfied customers, the Berkey Guy offers amazing specials for Berkey Water Filtration Systems. The Berkey Light Systems include a set of self-sterilizing and recleanable black purification elements that purify water by removing chlorine, pathogenic bacteria, cysts, and parasites to non-detectable levels and remove harmful chemicals such as herbicides and pesticides. Order the Berkey Light System today, complete with 2 black Berkey elements for only $231, and the Berkey Guy will ship your order free of charge. With the purchase of a Berkey Light, the Berkey Guy is also offering a set of fluoride and arsenic filters for only $39.99. That's over 30% off the retail price. Call the Berkey Guy at 1-877-886-3653. That's 1-877-886-3653. Or order online at GoBerkey.com. That's GoBerkey.com today.
From his Central Texas Command Center, deep behind enemy lines, the information war continues. It's Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
All right, coming up in the next segment, I am going to break down a in-depth report out of the Daily Mail that's in the British Medical Journal. It's in a bunch of other newspapers, but the Mail has the biggest, most in-depth article. Now sick babies go on death pathway. Doctors' haunting testimony reveals how children are put on end-of-life plan. And they're starved to death And again, this focuses on babies. It describes 14-year-olds begging for food and water, blood coming out of their mouth as they are dehydrated over 14 days. And again, I've been covering this for at least since 1998 when I discovered this was going on. This is premeditated. This is planned. This is globally standardized. They are now killing people who can walk. I'm going to say that again. We have their names. They are now killing people who can walk here in the United States, England, and Europe. It's all standardized. You remember Paul Watson broke that article back in February that then got picked up by Fox News, Reuters, you name it. Ethicists argue killing newborn babies should be allowed in the prestigious Journal of Medical Ethics. They said we need to kill children up to age 3, including healthy children if the parents don't want them. And you're like, well, that doesn't sound real. For 3 days when this article came out, people thought it wasn't real, even though there was a link to the Journal of Medical Ethics. And then it became a national story. Folks, this has been going on a long time. It's called eugenics, and this is the tip of the iceberg. Now, I'm going to read this coming up, and I think everybody should hear it, including children, so you know what's happening. But I will describe children begging for mommy, shriveled up with blood pouring out of their eyes. And they call it, this is what's really sick about it, they call this the humane way to kill them. I mean, we're so far gone, ladies and gentlemen. So that is coming up in the next segment. And you want to know why I get dark, why I get angry about things? We're going to do 2 hours next week if you can do it. He hadn't been on in years. And I've given you his contact info, guys. I want Wesley Smith, the Wall Street Journal writer, on. He's probably been on 10 times in the past. And this is one of those things that I cover over and over again, and then 5, 6, 7 years passes and I don't cover it. And then I will open the phones up and I will take calls from nurses in the wards. You'll hear Dr. Walker sometimes in the background, and they will describe, no, we got one on floor 3 right now begging for his life. He's chained down. When they get you and you sign yourself over to the state care so it's paid for, they will murder you. Hospitals, they haven't given the Hippocratic Oath in about 20 years in Western medicine. They're there to kill you now. When you go in to have a child, they're going to take a blood sample, and if they find any drugs in your system, marijuana, prescription, usually it's false positive, you're a healthy wife, healthy baby, they're taking your kid. I got an article out of CBS News where people that have mild vision problems are having their kids taken. People that get in wheelchairs now, if they're taking them. I mean, the state is here to destroy you. And now with Obamacare, that's Paul Watson's newest article that just went up minutes ago, they will euthanize the old and the young. I mean, Tom Daschle wrote a book saying, yeah, you're above 65, you get a cane. You don't get eye surgery. And all these people that want their free Obama phone, their free this and that, they have no idea. And that ties into this report, but I'm going to try to focus and really cover this when we come back. 2013, NDAA expands power over military to detain citizens. See, each year now, the National Defense Authorization Act, they put it in the defense bill, it gets worse each year. And it completely gets rid of posse comitatus and says they can put citizens in camps. That's already in the Army manuals from 2 years ago. Just type in Army Manual Re-Education Camp, and you'll get Army.mil. They use the term re-education camp. How you'll be taken, how you'll be re-educated. They use the Soviet term. See, it's all about it being in your face now, because they got to act normal around the troops. It's normal. We take them to the interrogation area of the base. Yes, there have been some deaths at the base. Move on, men, or you'll be in here next. This is just getting a bunch of yes men in there. This is America. We're run by crooks now. They're trying to mop up talk radio. So many liners are coming in from affiliates that are talking about where they want me to cut liners about tune in today to hear the non-state run media. I cut 2 liners for 2 stations in different parts of the country owned by different companies saying the same thing. People are getting it. I just cut them this morning. I'm cutting like 10 liners a week for stations. We're getting a lot of stations right now, which is a symbol of the awakening. That's good. It better happen 10 times this. I'm here risking my life, folks. As fast as we're growing, as big a thorn as we are in the side of the New World Order, folks, you better know I'm risking my life bringing you this. And AM and FM stations you're listening to us on, if you're a local business owner, you better call them right now and sponsor the show. You better call them. If you're listeners, you better call them right now and support their sponsors. Because let me tell you something. The fact that we're getting on so many big stations now shows we got a chance to beat these people. It shows that station managers and owners that used to think I was a nut now realize this stuff's real and are trying to fight for this country's future. You need to fight with them.
We're on the march. The empire's on the run.